Good, happy Tuesday evening, October 5th, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Tuesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Tuesday evening, so let's get started with this Tuesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast. I'm Riley King, and let's begin. First up, police say argument over theft accusations sparked attack at Manchester Park. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
There'll be hogs and goats and geese and sheep and all the chowder you can eat in a big parade with floats and marching bands. Manchester police responded to Victory Park last Thursday just before 8 p.m. for a man who had been assaulted and was unresponsive. He was subsequently identified as 57-year-old Brian Burlow of Manchester. When Burlow was taken to the hospital, he was initially listed as stable, but would die from his injuries on Sunday. The medical examiner determined the cause of death as blunt head trauma and the manner of death a homicide. Detectives were able to find several witnesses and charged 36-year-old Brandon Gomez with first-degree assault.
From that initial part of the investigation, what was learned was there was an argument between the victim and potentially two males. That argument became physical, and the assault occurred.
Police say they're still trying to figure out if another person was involved. According to court paperwork, one of the witnesses said Gomez approached the victim and punched him approximately 6 times in the face. That another punch caused Burlow to fall straight back and land on his back, with the back of his head hitting the ground. One of the witnesses at the park who spoke to police had a warrant out for her arrest and initially gave them an alias.
Obviously, that's concerning, the fact that she did provide a false name. We need people to talk to us, and so it was good that she came forward and did provide that statement to investigators.
With the death of the victim, Manchester police say there is the possibility of additional charges as the case remains under review by police and prosecutors and is ongoing and active.
Now, Gomez remains in jail on the assault charge. It's unclear when he will be back in court, if the charges are upgraded or changed. Reporting live in Manchester, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Amazon delivery van stolen in Manchester while driver drops off package. 1 arrested. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
There'll be hogs and goats and geese and sheep and all the chowder you can eat in a big parade with floats and marching bands.
Everybody, listen to this. A scary situation for an Amazon delivery driver in Manchester as he dropped off a package. Someone else took off in the truck. It happened yesterday afternoon near Pine and Orange Street. The van was later found on Madeline Street, and it appears no packages were taken, but some of the driver's personal items were missing. Scary scene there.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Johnson & Johnson seeks FDA approval for booster shots. Johnson & Johnson said Tuesday it has asked the U.S. Food Drug Administration to authorize booster shots for its coronavirus vaccine, but has left it up to the FDA and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention to decide just who should get their boosters and when. Former Facebook employee tells Congress that social media platform hurts kids and fuels division. A former Facebook data scientist told Congress on Tuesday that the social network giant's product harm children and fuel polarization in the U.S., while its executives refuse to make changes because they evaluate profits over safety. Governor Sununu calls for Financial Committee Chairman to be removed following controversial emails. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
There'll be hogs and goats and geese and sheep and all the chowder you can eat in a big parade with floats and marching bands. Horses, cows, and tractor pulls, the world's largest prime eye bull, and chicks and ducks and kids and cotton candy. Hooray for the fair. That good old sandwich fair.
The Sandwich Fair, always the last fair of the season, and always Columbus Day weekend in Center Sandwich, New Hampshire. Visit and learn more online at thesandwichfair.com.
Chris Sununu publicly calling out a fellow State House Republican he says is detached from reality. State Rep Ken Weiler made headlines last month when his HHS Commissioner Lori Shibanek confronted him in a hearing for spreading misinformation about the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, the governor is speaking out following accusations from Democrats that he, Weiler, has continued to share vaccine misinformation with members of the fiscal committee he chairs. That reportedly included stories that the vaccine is full of live creatures with tentacles and contains 5G technology to control people's thoughts. Tonight, Governor Sununu is blasting Weiler's absurd emails that he calls them, calling on House Speaker to remove Weiler from chairmanships of the fiscal committee.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. United Airlines reintroduce routes from Manchester to Newark. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
There'll be hogs and goats and geese and sheep and all the chowder you can eat in a big parade with floats and marching bands.
Starting today, United Airlines is expanding its flights out of Manchester. The airline will resume flights to Newark Airport after canceling the route in spring of 2019. The first flight is scheduled to arrive around 11:20, and a water salute will be waiting for that plane. United resumed service out of Manchester in June with flights to Washington Dulles Airport. And later this week, the first new airline to fly to Manchester in 17 years begins service. Spirit Airlines will begin offering nonstop flights to Fort Lauderdale and Orlando, Florida on Thursday. And then in November, service will begin to Fort Myers and Tampa.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Gil Huff Brown formally announced his candidacy for New Hampshire's 1st congressional district seat. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching this evening edition, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. Have a great rest of your evening. Good night and goodbye.